the math class in Java, or just performing math and doing operations in Java. So this is a brief introduction, and we'll write programs and do things with it so you can see how we use it. So the first thing is math operations. Well, the first thing that you need to know is that the answer, so when you perform an operation on a function or on anything, the answer is always the greatest type. Okay, so for example, if I do 5 divided by 2.2. Now 2.2 is smaller, but it's a double, so it's considered a greater type. So if this one is a double, and this one is an int, the answer is the greatest type, which is double. So the answer will be a double, and whatever that answer turns out to be. All right, so the basic ones, it's similar to a calculator. This is addition. This is subtraction, multiplication. Once we get into division and the next one, things get a little more fun. So this is division. But it's important that we realize the greatest type. So the answer does depend on the type of values that are being divided. So we have division. So if I were to do 5 divided by 2.2, the answer would just be what 5 divided by 2.2 is. Okay? If I do 5 divided by 2, they're both integers, the answer will not be 2.272727. Okay, for this one, the answer would just be 2. Okay, it just eliminates the remainder or the decimal value at all. This one right here, this is a percent sign. This is modulus division. And with modulus division, it is the remainder of a division problem. So we need to always use integers with these. You can use doubles, but they do a different thing if you do that. So this is integers only for us. So if I do 5 modulus 2, if I divide by 2, the result of the division or the quotient is 2, but the remainder is 1. So this one's answer would be 1. So this is the modulus answer, that's the division answer. Okay. Order of operations, same as always. It says parentheses. We don't have exponents in Java. We do have what we're going to do next. So basically parentheses will go first, and then when you have multiplication, division, and modulus division, just put that symbol there so you can see it. These all group from left to right. And then we have addition and subtraction, same as always, from left to right. So you do have to know your order of operations if you want your calculations to work out. All right, the math class is a Java library that allows you to perform complex calculations. Now, most of the time it's included. We don't have to import it, but sometimes you have to import it. So we'll talk about that if it comes up. To perform complex calculations. So there's no symbols like square root like we have in a calculator, so we have to create things like square root and absolute value for this. This is where your reference sheet is going to come in, so you're going to take a look at that, and we'll discuss that also in class. So math.absolute value, it returns, so this is a big word, and just basically means the answer to this particular question is an integer, is a positive integer, or you could just say a whole number, integer. Okay, so if you put in an integer here, you get out an integer as your answer. If you put an int, you get out an int as an answer. So for example, if I did int val equals math dot ABS. So I'm kind of showing you how to use it. And I put negative 52 in here. If you think this is val here, it's like a little container being stored. 52 is now going to be stored in val. Positive 52, even though it's negative 52 when I put it there, the absolute value makes it positive, just like normal. Same here for this one, but this time it's a double. So the computer knows what you're doing. But double. So if you put a double in, you don't have to worry about it. It'll tell you. So if you output this, let's say negative 32.78, what is going to output is 32.78, the positive. We have power. Power is your exponent. I'm going to switch to blue. Power is your exponent, so it's just going to do base to the exponent. The base, both of these can be doubles, so that's handy. And it always returns, or the answer is always a double, even if you put an integer in, and they're both integers. So what that means is you have to, if you're going to do the math on this, you do always have to have a double. It can't be an int here, it will cause it an error. So for example, if I do math.pow, oh, I just realized I didn't put the function around this. So math.abs negative 32.78, sorry about that. When you write, sometimes you just forget, I guess. So anyways, math.pow, if I do 5 to the third power, even though those are both integers, it is going to store in val 125.0. That is going to be our val. All right, square root works the same. It's going to answer as a double, even if it isn't a double. So if I do math, and I say output this, well, I won't write all the system out stuff before. Math.square root, say 4. It's going to, this answer here is actually 2.0. Okay, regardless of whether that is. Okay, math.random. This is where we're going to start seeing random numbers, and we're going to put, this is going to be more of a day, but so you know, math.random generates a random number, a double, so it's always a decimal value, between, and we'll do it like this, 0 and 1. So see, this is interval notation, so it includes 0, so it's more like this, if you think of this as x, and doesn't include the 1. So it's a random number between 0 and 1, not including 1. So if you run this, it would pick like 0.02387 or something. And it just picks a general random number. We'll discuss what that means and how we can use it to help our programs shortly. Okay, then we have, a couple more things. We have E, which is considered our scientific notation. Remember, scientific notation is something like 2.36 times 10 to the 12th power. So instead of times 10, so instead of writing times 10, we put the E. So it's just like your calculator again. So E stands for times 10 to the power, and the next number that comes is the exponent. So it's like 3e negative 2 would be the same as 3 times 10 to the negative 2 power, or 0.03. So that's E for you if you want to use it. It's lowercase e. And finally, you do need to know these values. These are constants, integer dot min value, min underscore value. These are integers, and it's, if you want, you can use that number, and it's literally the lowest possible number an integer can be. So the lowest possible number an integer can be is negative 2.147483648, or as we said before, negative 2 to the 31st power. That is the smallest possible value. The largest possible value is this. Okay, you would literally just type that if you want this value, and there are sometimes times that you would actually want that. I think I wrote that right, and that's 2 to the 31st power minus 1. So this is a basic introduction, and we will be using these in programs and stuff, but it's good just to have this knowledge. All right, have a good day.